Okay everybody, and in today's video we have a 2010 Mercury Milan, okay? And first thing to note, if you like not having to pull your engine apart, water pump's down there. It's not internal, it's external on these things. It's a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder motor, and it's got a 6-speed auto hooked up to it. This particular unit is in really good condition. And let me tell you one thing. You can see that it wasn't in Andover, Massachusetts, where some young guy beat the daylights out of it, because, let's see. All right, never been on a wreck on that side. All right, let's see if it's up. Nope, it does have the typical Ford rocker panel rust. And it's never been on a accident on that side either. And I'll tell you one thing, which is insane for a Ford, but all of the windows still work perfectly fine. And it's got a nice chrome grille on it, you know, nice sleek look. Engine, trannies, all original. Let's see if there's anything that has been replaced underneath the hood. Okay, so throttle body's original. Everything looks original to me. Let's see if the ABS module's ever been changed. Well, that's from 2010 too, so that's never been changed. The struts are in good condition. You know, you can see the mounts aren't blowing or anything like that. The external water pump is a good thing. Now, he's like me. He keeps his crap all over the place. And you can see that there is a scan tool there. And the service engine soon light is on for what I believe with these things, and they're notorious for it, is the problem that these things have all the time on these Fords. We'll go back to the back seat room in a second. And if you look in here, it's got a stupid easy fuel system. And what happens is these tend to mess up. And it allows too much air to get into the system, and it will screw with the evap canister vent solenoid. So now, mark my words, I got a feeling that that's the problem. And in this case, that's something you don't really care about at all. You don't waste your money on that stupid crap. Now, it's got nice rims on it. You know, these are rims that you would not get on the Ford Fusion. Now, I'll tell you the one reason why this car exists. Because General Motors had Saturn, so Ford had to copy General Motors and make a car that's named after a planet too. And it's got nice Bridgestone tires on it too. You know, the tires are actually in really good condition. He's got a nice deal with these tires. They're not dry rotted, they're not falling apart. Hey, you know, oh my God, you know, there's a little chip on the rim. Say, screw it, it's 16 years old, let it be. Oh, and there's another one right there. But, you know, what are you going to do? It's 16 years old, live with it. Or go spend 35 plus on a new car. I'd be spending, you know, I like driving these older cars. And it's my brother's car, and he drives it back and forth to Boston, Massachusetts a lot. And you can see they still have to brake a lot in Boston. Because, look at that, I got to clean that. That's craziness. Tires on the front, they're a little bit dry rotted. You know, that's something that you're gonna want to handle. Now let's hear this baby run a little bit, and we'll hook up the scan tool too and see what that check engine light is on for. Okay, so Ford, where they always have their OBD plugs, is right on the dashboard as a piece of the trim. So what you do is you take your index finger and unpull that lip right there. And what you do is now we wait for this to come on. I tell them to take it out on the highway a little bit too, because it sounds like the battery's running a little low. And it is a 16-year-old car, so it takes longer. Oh, well, just what I thought. It is a stupid evap code, which is useless garbage, and you live with that. I'm plugging the scan tool and throwing it in the back seat. Whee! All right, so it's got 140,760 something miles. And on these things, you have to go through info on this side, unlike my Taurus. And you know, besides the useless service engine soon light on, guess what? I don't see any tire pressure lights. The ABS light isn't on. Not bad for a 16-year-old car to have no tire pressure monitoring system faults. Now, let's see. It's a little cold, but let's see. Does the AC work? Because these things are notorious for leaking Freon. And it must have had it filled up about 6 times last year because it works as it should. Now, all right, we'll power that off. And it's got a nice Sony sound system. It's got 12 speakers into it. But unfortunately, because of stupid guidelines, I can't show you. So now what we're going to do is we're going to toss it in gear. Hey, you know, it's as smooth as silk. You know, so let's take it around here a little bit and see, you know, how it rides. And it tells me to buckle up, and it pretends that I care. Hey, you know what? It's certainly not bad at all. I cannot hear the struts making any sound. This thing is in amazing condition. You know, have a little fun. We'll give it a little gas. We're not going to beat on his car. You know, it sounds amazing to me. It does sound like there's a little bit of an exhaust leak going on. But other than that, I don't see anything wrong with this car, and I'm going to tell him to do nothing but keep this car for years. You know, it does need an oil change too, and I'm surprised it's not saying that on the screen, but you know, they'll wait until the car blows up until that light comes on. That way you go to the Ford dealership and you buy another one. You know, but so it's got nice chrome on the gear shifters and stuff like that. All of the speakers work. None of the speakers are blown out. I mean, the sun could explode. And it seems like this car would still keep going. I don't know, maybe it's a rebadged Toyota Corolla instead of a Ford Fusion. You know, it can fool me once, but it can't fool me twice, so we'll have to check the VIN. So, other than that, you know, and on top of that, it's insane. On the Fusions, well, this is broken too, but on the Fusions, these things are always broken. When you beat the hell out of these things, those are always broken on these things. But this thing is in such excellent condition that isn't broken on. So, I don't know. He drives like he's 1,500 years old. And I think the old owner drove like they were about 1,800 years old. So, if you want more Ryan, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe because I am done reviewing German garbage.